that is a very good question because, as I said before, it can be demoralizing when you don't get the response that you think that you should get. But then you definitely try different tactics and you kind of continue to revisit that until you find something that works. So when we created our shorts and different things like that, we noticed that some longer videos were getting a certain amount of viewership, and the shorts we were getting a lot more viewership on that. Okay, so then we shifted to doing the shorts. And then we discovered that certain types of content was getting a lot more engaging than other types of content. So we just kind of continue to just play it out, and then it changes. So we just got to kind of change and evolve with it. Any other questions? Great question. So with one of the things there, as far as doing YouTube or any type of thing like that, I would recommend that if you're not, now you guys are probably a lot more well-versed in that information than I am. And when I started to do the YouTube channel, I had no idea of what I was doing or how to do it and wanted to do it. So I actually paid for a class on how to teach, how to start a channel, a cooking channel, how to get it done, and so on and so forth. It was an investment, a pretty costly investment that I made to be able to look professional, to be able to say, okay, you know what, we can have someone be able to come in, having people film it and so on and so forth. So that was a decision that I made to do. Now, do you have to have a film crew and things like that? You can use your phones and so on and so forth, but at some particular point in time when you want to move to another level, you need to be able to invest in yourself to be able to do that. So I had wanted to get a cooking channel for the longest time. I just didn't know how to do it. Even with doing some of the content with the shorts and things like that, I didn't know how to do it. So I hire a company that I pay on a monthly subscription basis to be able to do those different things. And it's helped my business tremendously.
Is it flat or is it like a flat fee or is it like per video? Like
So for the company that I work with, it's a monthly subscription service. It's a flat fee, and we get a certain amount of content delivered monthly, strategy sessions. So there's a whole service that comes with it. But it's an investment, but I wouldn't do it without it. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
What time of year is like most profitable for you?
So usually catering season is from Memorial Day to Labor Day is usually our most profitable ones. However, we try to generate more corporate business in those off times. So anywhere from September, late September, you get holiday work and stuff like that in the holiday months. But if we can generate a lot more corporate events, corporate different things like that, we've started working with a logistics company up north where we do their customer engagement. So a lot of times companies will want to do products, want to do customer engagements, want to do different things, and they want to bring in food. So we try to we try to make ourselves available. A lot of the times I post on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. I mean, there's so many different places that you can try and post on, but I try to also be deliberate to think about what my focus group would look at and what they would listen to. So if I'm doing a catering event for a high school, graduation, I'm telling the client to have their son or daughter look on our Instagram to see what they want to get. As opposed to if I'm talking to a company, but everybody wants to see pictures, so they want to see what it looks like. So I'm able to let them know that. But yes, Memorial Day through Labor Day is our busiest times. Any other questions or comments? Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever had the thought of like opening a restaurant?
So I did have the thought of opening my own restaurant, but I can tell you that it would be a small kind of mom and pop, because opening up and running a restaurant is a huge undertaking. A lot of you guys go down to A Time for All Seasons, correct? That's Chef Mike over there. That's a good buddy of mine. Chef Mike and his wife run that restaurant and they run it well. but Chef Mike is super, super busy, always, always, always working. Now I know his son Big Red is older now, whatever it is, but I don't know if I want to do that at this stage in the game. So if I had a restaurant, I would open it, but I would also have probably other people working it. But if it was something that I was doing specifically where I'm involved in it, I would want it to be kind of like a mom and pop thing, maybe a breakfast lunch deal to where I'm engaging with the customers and clients and then able to still have a life afterwards, because restaurant life is tough. It's not an easy hustle. It's not an easy hustle. You hear a lot of times, and you see in the Bear, where they do different things to stay awake. They do different things to keep going. They do different things to keep their edge. That's all real, and it's tough. It's not for the faint of heart to be able to be in the culinary business. Yes, ma'am.
So you were talking about how like you needed help this weekend. Like,
Yes.
do you normally have like roughly like the same group of people that help you, or do you get like different people? Like,
So I have usually about I have a part-time group on staff that's about 7 people, but they all have other jobs. So usually when large events come up, I will put out in our group chat or put out in you know, hey guys, listen, we have this, and this coming up. Who's available to be able to work? And I start there. And then if they are not able to, or let's just say if you were on the team, I would say, hey, what's your name?
Ellie.
I would say, hey, Ellie, do you have a friend of yours that will work? They got to be responsible. They got to work like you. Would you be able to have them come if that's the case? So that's what we try and do to help, because at this moment, it's not enough to sustain full time. But as we move into these summer months, we're always looking for people to jump on. We had a car show scheduled at one point, and Mr. Peck had a group of people that were going to be coming to the car show to help out, but it got canceled due to weather. But yes, we do try and solicit, you know, staff if we need more people. Yes, ma'am.
If you have an event like that and it gets canceled, do you still get like some money for the inconvenience?
So me or the staff that I work for?
You.
Okay, so specifically when you do a contract, if what I do is specific towards the client, usually the deposits are non-refundable, typically, but that in particular instance was a fundraiser for an organization. So I'd be kind of a douche if I kept the deposit for a fundraiser for an organization. So we try and do it on a case-by-case basis of where, you know, we give those things back. And then if it's something that we can work out to where we make an adjustment, maybe do it a different day or try to figure it out, we can go from there. But most clients are understandable about it being a non-refundable deposit, because then you're taking away a different date that I could be doing for someone else if you cancel your event or something happens. So when I registered first in 2004 for my business, you have to, when you register, there's fees that you pay. And then there's annual fees that you pay to have a business and so on and so forth. And I started, and at first I was getting the work, but then when the work subsided, it was like, man, these fees are building up. You know, your fees for insurance, different things like that are building up, but I'm not getting the work to be able to come in. So you can just reach out to I guess it's not, I won't say the Hall of Records, that's where it was at in Freehold, but when I registered in 2008, I went right down here, downtown, and went to, you know, register the business and everything. So it's not a hard process, it's just dealing with all the different things that happen or that go with starting a business. Making sure you file your name, making sure your name is not taken, making sure that that's available when you do a trademark. So our name is trademark. That was an expense. It's just so many different things that go into it. And then your logos, your branding, and different things like that, trying to keep up with everything. This is the 3rd time I've been here. I've tried to come with my logos and everything like that on so that you're able to recognize who and, you know, what we are. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I know like you were saying like you were thinking of like expanding to like a restaurant, but have you ever considered like a food truck? Because I know like food trucks can like go and like cater, like it's easier to like I guess like bring stuff.
So I had an opportunity last summer to work on a food truck. In North Carolina, where my uncle lives, he has another catering business, and we often do partnering, but it's very big down there, food trucks. You have to just make sure that whatever area you're doing a food truck in, so in that part of the country, food trucks are all over the place. Here, it's a little bit different. You got to make sure the different zoning areas and things like that. I've often considered getting a food truck to be able to, utilize and run in different times. And then also maybe if it's a specialized food truck. So like there's food trucks that do just pizza. There's food trucks that do dessert. There's food trucks that do different things. So a lot of times, especially down here, when there's a festival or the fairs and different things like that, they have a lot of food trucks come out. We've been fortunate enough that when there have been food truck events to go to, we've also been able to set up as a mobile kind of a catering thing where we don't have a truck, but we're still able to set up and vend just like everybody else is. But that is something that it does make it convenient because you have everything where you can kind of move and go on wheels. Yes. We are wrapping up. Any last minute questions because we're about to wrap up? Thank you. I do not take this time lightly. I respect your time and thank you guys for all the questions you guys have asked. Any other questions? See Mr. Peck, and if anybody is able to work out this Sunday from 7 to 11 at the arena, you can see Mr. Peck as well, and he'll get back to me and let me know. Thank you.